Hola, mi gente. A year ago this month, I decided to go completely out of my comfort zone, take the plunge, and start a small business as a YouTube content creator in the credit and finance space. What I didn't expect was all the paperwork, the processes, and some headaches that came with this decision. But today, I'm going to go over with you and break down how I went about starting my small business, as well as how this allowed me to apply for 9 business credit cards with zero money in a business account. Now, if that sounds good to you, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help the channel, it helps the algorithm, and it helps me to put more of this content out there for all of you. So let's jump into it. Now, full transparency. Um, like most of you, I'm guessing out there, a long time ago, I would see a lot of YouTube creators saying, "Yeah, you can get a business credit card. You don't need, a regular job. You don't need to have a big company." And I was looking at it, and I was like, you know what? I don't know about that. Then they were like, "Look, you just need a side hustle. You could be a dog walker. You could be a delivery person." And all I thought to myself was, "That's a lot of crap. No way." But here I am a year later telling you all you need is a side hustle to get that business credit card. And you're going to see why. I mean, it wasn't that it was so difficult to get it done. It was that I chose to go a certain route. There are different routes that you're going to see in a minute, but I'm going to keep it simple because it could have gone sideways real quick. Okay. So, the first and the easiest way to apply to become a small business owner or to run a small business is to be a sole proprietor. Now, a sole proprietor, there's differences between that and an LLC. The main issue, and I'm going to read it off of here, is that um, the most significant difference is whether you have limited liability for the business debts, obligations with an LLC, or whether the business liabilities and obligations fall to you personally in the event of a lawsuit or debt collection. So, to put it in layman's terms, you either want whatever debt or any kinds of other obligations that you might have out there, or if the business goes under, stays on your business side and it doesn't affect your personal life or your personal income or your personal credit scores or anything like that. So that's the main difference. Okay. So that also depends on what kind of work you're looking to do. Now, believe it or not, this is from the Small Business Administration. Um, that actually they say being a sole proprietor is best if you're looking for minimal paperwork and low setup costs, because it's easier to maintain and it's the least expensive, type of business that you can establish. I chose not to go this route because I wanted to keep my personal finances and my business finances separate. I didn't constantly want the credit bureaus to hit up my personal credit side, especially in this type of business where last year alone, I opened up 15 credit cards to review, to use, and go over for this channel. So imagine having 15, hits all the time on your personal side of your credit. I didn't want to run that risk. In addition, my wife and I file our taxes joint. And, she has her own business entity. And, I'm retired from the Board of Ed in New York, but we do our taxes together. And I wanted to have a separation in terms of filing for this coming year. So I actually give my wife, Teresa Barreto, all of the credit in helping me set this LLC up because she had to go through it when she was opening up her business, Embody Wellness and Fitness. And she told me how different things you would have to do through the state, how different states have different rules. I worked in New York for a bit and how that would translate here to New Jersey. So she helped me along the way. And you're going to see now, if you're in New Jersey, these are the 6 steps to forming an LLC. You have to choose your LLC name. So you put in a name online, they'll tell you if it's taken or not. Then you move on to the next step. So I chose the credit card connection because for me, everything connects to credit, right? Then you're going to select a registered agent, that being me because I'm the only one working for myself, right? So I'm the registered agent. You're going to file a certificate of formation, or public records filing. All this you just did on the state website. It was pretty easy to do. You create an operating agreement where I'm going to operate from, the address of the business, and all that other stuff. I also applied to get an EIN, which is an employee identification number, and I filed a business registration application. That was it. 6 steps online. Now, you can go to LegalZoom and have them do it, and they'll charge you about $375 to do this. I literally paid $125 because I had the time. It's a little time intensive. It might take you 45 minutes to an hour to do this, but I was able to pull it off in about 45 minutes or so, and they email you everything immediately. I actually got my EIN in a letter mailed quickly. So emailed quickly. So those 6 steps, and they vary, like I said, from state to state, but this is for New Jersey, and most states follow kind of the same rules. Okay. So after I received my EIN and I got all the paperwork through email, um, I wanted to go and open up a business account at a local bank just because of the ease of going there. I didn't have to deal with a big bank and I had to deal with, waiting online. So I went to a local TD bank here and I opened up a business checking account for $200. I just put $200 in it and that was it. That was all I needed. Okay. Then I said, okay, what do I do next? And after doing some research, I wanted to find out which was the quickest way to build business credit history. They checked my personal side already, and that was fine. But I needed now to create a solid business history. So, in doing some research, I found that one of the ways to help you was applying for a DUNS number. And a DUNS number is a number that you apply for through Dun and Bradstreet, which is similar. It has 9 digits. It looks like an EIN number. It's kind of like a social security number, but it's a number that's assigned to a business so that if you're going for funding or if you want to do business with someone, they could look you up and that's your kind of your identifier. Okay. So that just identifies your business. It also gives the people to see whether or not, you're worthy of the money they're going to lend you, or if you're trying to, open up some other businesses in the future, you have this Dun and Bradstreet does this for you and they assign you the number. Don't confuse that with the EIN because the EIN is also a 9-digit number, but the EIN number is more for IRS tax purposes, for you to be able to do your taxes and like I said, keep everything separate financially. Now, do you need a DUNS number for an LLC? No, not every business does. I did it because I wanted to make sure I was learning. I wanted to make sure I kept things separate. I wanted to do things kind of by the book in the way that other professionals have done it. And the most successful have used a DUN number in the past for their business. So I decided to do that. And it was free just to apply. And they gave me my number about a month later or so. Okay. So now I also wanted to see which were other ways that I can help improve my credit score for my business and kind of just be able to monitor that. So I did that with Experian. And Experian, I opened up an Experian business account monitoring system for them. I think I paid like $200 for the year, so it's about almost $20 a month. Um, and the credit score for the LLC is based on the credit history, payment history, and financial behavior. Okay. And it also includes how you manage your debts and financial obligations. Now, I was brand new. So basically, they were basing the initial start of this on my personal side. They're going to do that up front. So remember, you're starting at zero. It's kind of like when you first got your first credit card, they weren't going to give you, a Chase Sapphire Reserve or an Amex Platinum right off bat. They're going to start you at a Flex or a Green Card or Everyday Card. Okay. So that's why I wanted to see if I can see how my progress was throughout the year and increasing the business. So, what does a new business credit score start with? What does it look like? Well, personal credit score through a FICO would go to 850, right? So, business credit score doesn't work like that. It literally the ranges from 0 to 100. Pretty easy, Pretty basic to understand, but 0 to 100. And it's based on your credit information, bill paying habits, and more, public records, liens, bankruptcies, demographic information about the company, and so on. When I started, and I actually opened this up a little about 2 months after, I got I went to the bank and I got my EIN. So it was about March of 2023. So when I started, they based some of my business score because of what I was doing on my personal side. So when I first started, I had a business score of 24 out of 100. And the financial risk, because there's two scores, they'll give you the 0 to 100, then they rate you uh, from 5 to 1, one being the best, five being the lowest risk. So I was at a 4 for risk and a 24 as a score. Okay. I was like, oh my God, am I ever going to get out of this hole that I'm in? I didn't think I would be at a 24, but here I was. So now in January, I have a 79 score for my business score, and I'm at a financial risk of 1. So I'm perfect on the financial risk side, and 79 is equivalent to, let's say, very good on a regular personal FICO score. 80 and above is considered exceptional. So not bad for running this for about 8 to 9 months. Okay. Now, what is the fastest way to get business credit for an LLC now that I started it, and how did I go about it? 5 simple steps, guys. All right. You're gonna choose the right business structure for you. I chose this credit card space on YouTube. For me, that worked perfectly. I got my number 2 was getting my EIN number. Number 3 was opening up a bank account, which I did for $200. Number 4, establish credit with vendors and suppliers who report to the business side of credit. And that's where I'm going to go into now, how I applied for all those credit cards for businesses and how I got approved. And then monitor your business credit reports, which I do with Experian. Now, what's the easiest business credit card to get? There are 3. Now, I didn't apply for these, but this is from the research that I did, and from other articles and online, magazines and stuff. So the best credit card for a business for an average credit score is the Capital One Spark 1% Classic. Okay. The best for a bad credit. So if you have like your credit is not that strong, you're going to look at the Bank of America Business Advantage Unlimited Cash Reward Secured Credit Card. Say that 3 times. Let's do this again. Best for bad credit. Bank of America Business Advantage Unlimited Cash Rewards Secured Credit Card. I don't know how they fit that on one card, but that's the actual name of the card. And then the best for startups without a credit score would be the BREX, BREX business card. Now, I started, before I even started monitoring my credit, I figured let me take a shot because I had Amex already. So my first business card in February 2023, so 11 months ago, was the American Express Blue Business Plus card. A month later, March 2023, the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited. April 2023, the Wyndham Business Earners Card. Later on that month in April was the Marriott Bonvoy Business Card. So that's 4. June 2023, the Chase Inc. Business Cash. July 2023, the American Express Business Gold Card. July 2023, the American Express Business Amazon Business Prime Card. September 2023, the Chase Inc. Business Preferred Card. And later on in September 2023, the United Mileage Plus Explorer Business Card. 9 cards for a brand new business, with now my score being 79. I'm going to be honest with you, total transparency here. I only made, I think this year, maybe $900 to $1,000 on with companies that were sponsoring my channel, and the rest has just been expenses, to be honest with you. So the credit cards did take a hit on expenses in terms of lighting, camera, laptops, phones, software, online software, programs, and all this other stuff. So if you see, in less than a year, I went from not knowing anything about a business to starting, running, and having a business where I was able to receive quite a bit of credit with nothing in the bank except for the $200 that I moved in from my personal checking account to open up a business bank account. So I don't want to oversimplify it and say, oh, yeah, it's really easy. Yeah, you're going to have a blast and a great time doing this. But the reality is, if I could pull this off, you guys can pull this off. If you choose not to go the LLC route, that's fine. Do the sole proprietorship, but always remember to try to keep your things separate. Okay. Use your business credit cards for your business cards, expenditures. I know you're gonna have to meet the sign up bonuses because that's what this is all about, obviously. But if you're gonna go in as a sole prop, make sure you do it right. You keep, your books nice and neat. I also will leave you with this. You should try to use some software. I use QuickBooks because with all the different charges coming on the cards, it was easier for me to be able to manage that, monitor that, because for this year, when I file my taxes, I want to be able to just have everything spelled out clearly so that I don't have any headaches in the long run. I hope you found this information valuable. And if you don't mind, again, if you could hit that like and subscribe. Like always, I thank you guys for watching. And more than anything else, I thank you for the privilege of your time. Until next time.